Hey friends, it's Karen from Karen Test Stuff. I've done a lot of work over the last year with different conference presentations around mental health. And it's been a while since I've actually addressed it on my channel, but I kind of wanted to make a video for you all with just a bunch of brain spaghetti, just a bunch of thoughts that I've been having, some of my creative process, some of the things that go into public speaking, especially around the topic of mental health, not only like software testing balanced, but like I'll get into specifics, I'm sure, when I get down that particular rabbit trail. But basically, for this, I wanted to give a little bit of context behind where I'm at right now and give a big shout out to all the people who have been supporting me through the rough time that I've had over the last couple of years, over my life, actually, because you all have challenged me to think creatively about my symptoms that I have relating to my mental diagnoses and have really helped me explore myself. And I really appreciate all of you for that. So thank you so much to my friends who have been there for me throughout this changing process. Because it is a journey that we're each on mentally with our own mental health. And one of the most important things that I try to remember is that no one's lived my experience. So it's really hard to try to bridge the gap with language, especially cross culturally, for people who like English is not their first language like it is for me. Um, there's a lot that can get lost in translation there. There's also, my sister was telling me at one point, we were talking about cross culture empathy, cross language empathy. It was a really neat conversation. I forget the actual reference material that we were going off of, but basically it boiled down to that people are generally most empathetic in their first language. And then the additional languages, some feelings and experiences may not have direct translations into that secondary or third or fourth language. And so it's really hard to kind of empathize with people on the same level that you're used to in your primary language. And I feel that so hard as someone who's learning Dutch. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the just the structure of language is such a funny beast to try to learn in new ways. It's really exciting, but that's one of the things that I've been doing for my mental health is kind of making sure that I take time out to practice Dutch. One of my friends is supporting me now by we've got scheduled video chats where she's helping me bring out my conversational Dutch. Yeah, I'm very happy about that. It's working really well so far in the session that we had, and I look forward to doing that more often with more friends as I get more comfortable speaking in that language. But that's just one of the ways that my community has really stepped up and supported me in, these things that I want to learn, this stuff that I want to do, these places that I want to visit. And all of that kind of ties into my mental health. I'm in a lot better place now than I was this time last year. I think this little more than a year ago was the first time I gave ADHD and Me, How Neurodivergence Serves My Testing. I gave it for one of the test bashes online and pre-recorded it. But I did it without a script. I free-formed the entire thing with where I was at that particular moment in time. And it ended up being rather dark to me, which is okay, because that's the whole point, is to be transparent that I'm not all positivity and rainbows, even though I have rainbows around me right now everywhere. That I choose that because I've experienced the darkness. And one of the things that kept me going through that is people reaching out to me and letting me know that I wasn't alone, that other people struggle with this and helping me find ways and tools and people to support me when I can't support myself. So that community of people has been so life changing, literally life changing. And I'm so appreciative to all of you for that. Um, the other One of the other reasons why I've been so grateful to my community lately is because I've been working on an awful lot of conference submissions, getting people to review my abstracts, getting people's ideas, feedback, recording videos for promotions for them, and just generally raising awareness about some of my favorite organizations like Agile Testing Days and the Kansas City Developer Conference and all these different places that I really enjoy participating in these communities. Ministry of Testing, of course. Um, but yeah, I'm just really excited to see what this year is going to hold, because obviously I haven't had anything accepted yet. We're in submission season, so I've got my fingers crossed and, you know, incense going and stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited about what the next couple of months is going to bring as far as like getting to see uh which conferences I'll get to participate in. Um and then hopefully getting to meet some more new faces because holy cow, Agile Testing Days in November, I got to meet so many people that I've been friends with online for like almost a year and have never met in person. Some of those people I talked with on a daily basis before I met them face to face. It was incredible. It was like coming home to a bunch of old friends, and I was in a place that I had never been before. I had never been to Germany. I had only been out of the United States twice before that, to the Netherlands, and I love it there. And Germany was incredible as well. Wonderful people, good food. It was just great. But that was kind of the turning point in my mental health, was getting to meet all these people in this community and knowing that it wasn't just an online, fantasy thing that, I just thought these people were my friends and, who knows, I'm a weirdo in real life, it's kind of difficult to be myself sometimes, but it wasn't there. And that just reinforced how special all of you are individually who make up that community to make it such a warm, welcoming, inclusive place. And that really helped bolster some of my strength back. And ever since then, the contacts that I've had from that have been really, really incredible and personal. People sharing stories with me of sharing those little candy bracelets that I give out with their families and sharing those values with their friends of peace, love, unity, and respect, the PLUR acronym that I like to spread around. I'm really thankful for that because I sincerely believe that helped lay the foundation for where I am now, which, like I said, is in a much better place. So, therapy is good, y'all. Take your meds. Reach out to people if you need it. And I'm really excited to do a bunch of updates to ADHD and Me this year. I've submitted ideas with a couple of co-presenters for other presentations, one an expansion on the idea of ADHD and Me. One of them kind of a public speaking, how to abstract writing stuff. More details if I actually get accepted for any of these. But I'm excited to give back this year because last year really helped me build my voice and my brand and step into myself. And because I like to learn in public, I want to continue sharing this with other people as we go. Sorry, my monitors just went to sleep because I'm yapping too long. I'm going to continue to talk for probably a while, but don't worry, I'll have chapters so you can skip ahead in topics. So while I'm putting all of these changes together, a lot of the changes that I'm making to ADHD is to be more mindful about the language that I'm using and be more inclusive in the presentation. Before I was presenting it as a superpower, I chose a random theme, went with Marvel superheroes, and thought nothing of it. Realized after I started giving the talk that people were kind of resonating with a message that was unintentional, and some people it met with a little bit of resistance, which I totally understand. And after hearing a lot of this feedback, I have made changes. So I still truly believe that a lot of the mental skills that we amass throughout our lives can be used as powers for good. There are things that we've learned. We can harness those strengths. We can utilize them in a multitude of different ways. Those transferable skills are my favorite. I'm a career changer. I've only been a software tester for a few years. So those transferable skills are really important for me to recognize and put to use in my testing. So that's really the important part of it. Less the emphasis on it being a superpower, but a force for good, you know? So I'm putting less emphasis on the superhero side and putting more of an emphasis on the real side of the practical applications of these methods. I'm still in the works of pulling everything down to a basic skeleton and revamping the whole thing. So I know I've got a couple of early presentations that are coming up locally and for an automation advocates meetup. I'll have links to both of those in the description, which will be kind of in its recent form, but changed enough that you'll understand kind of more where I'm at in my journey now. Because, like I say during my talk, this presentation evolves every time I give it. Depends on the audience, depends on the format that I'm giving it in, and it depends on where I'm at mentally. So, this updated version does have a little bit more positivity, does have a little bit more practicality. And I'm really excited to share it with new audiences because it really is. I'm going to do everything that I can to maintain the heart and soul of the inclusivity and the encouragement that I intended when I put this talk together. I'll have a link to the recorded version that I did for the Kansas City Developer Conference last year in early summer. And I love that I have that snapshot. Other presenters, if you don't have your talks recorded somewhere that you can share to the public or share to individuals or share to conference organizers, please let me know if I can help you in some way make that happen, because having that online has been one of the best things for me. I've gotten so much public feedback from it, feedback from my peers. I've been reached out to by other conference organizers because I had it readily available for anyone to watch. And I know not everyone's comfortable with that because some of the information may be copyrighted or whatever the reason is. That's personal. But it's your creative content. You do with it what you will. But if you are open to sharing it publicly, especially if it's on a topic like this, like mental health, where resources are limited for people as is sometimes, I highly encourage you to make it publicly accessible so that people who don't have financial means to go behind a paywall and register for a membership somewhere to view your video can access it freely and on their time. Because if it's only available in person, they have to pay for the transport to get there, the time off work, the hotel potentially. It's a really big financial burden again, and a lot of people are dealing with layoff symptoms, and basically, if I can make it free, I will. So I hope that doesn't put other people off, because um, some conference organizers really want that, like, original content. And I see the value in that too. I'm a little fish. I don't reach very many people in the overall scheme of the interwebs. So I like to cultivate the gardens I can reach. So I think I've probably rambled on for a little bit longer than I originally intended, but I appreciate you all sticking around for this little update. And I'm going to end off by doing a little mental health check in with you all, like I did the other day on some of my social media channels, where I just remind you all to take a deep breath. Kind of relax whatever tension you're holding. And I really hope that when the opportunity presents itself, that you have the ability to choose joy sometime soon. I know my joy is going to be getting something to eat, because I don't know if my mic's picking it up, but my stomach is growling so loud. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are across the world, my friends. Truly am thankful for each and every one of you who encourage and support and love me. Love y'all right back. Like Uno reverse to all the things I want to give back this year. I'm excited to see where this takes us. See y'all real soon.